The Great Bear Rainforest for us is home. We have to protect it in perpetuity. That's our responsibility, because it's our songs, our dance, our culture, our art, everything comes from our relationship with our territory. Our home is known by different names depending on which community you're in. In Gitgat territory, it's Gitgat. The Haida call it Haida Gwaii. Industry called it the Mid-Coast Timber Supply Area. Other people came in and wanted to romanticize what was going on in the area and describe that as the Great Bear Rainforest. And we were actually quite shocked when people started to arrive in our area. We didn't realize until we saw maps of the area that, south of the Great Bear Rainforest is all logged out. North of it is all logged out. And it's at that point in time that we started to realize that what was significant for us was also significant for other people as well. When we came together as Coastal First Nations, we thought we might have a 50-50 chance of affecting change. When we developed our relationship with Greenpeace, Sierra Club, and to a lesser degree with Forest Ethics, we now felt that we had a 75% chance of going to government and affecting change. That power that Greenpeace had to affect markets in Europe and around the world was a significant thing to marry with legal rights that First Nations had. And so you put those two together, you become quite a formidable force. Not 100% certain that you can make change. All governments in British Columbia and Canada are quite partial to industry. Industry has a significant amount of power based on the almighty dollar. Industry agreed, partly because First Nations had power, but also because Greenpeace had power. So those two things were disrupting the economic model that they were depending on. I think that's where the catalyst for change came from. The main achievement in this whole exercise was the realization by everybody, absolutely everybody, whether it was industry or First Nations or the environmental community, is that the environment has to be sustained with people in it. The real difference here is that there's a conscientious effort to create an economy that would support the environment. It had never been done before. At the same time, we have other groups who are proposing other types of economy. We have a pipeline proposed to run all the way across British Columbia, jeopardizing all kinds of river systems where all the salmon go in the Fraser and the Skeena, and arriving at Kitimat with tankers that have enough crude oil to wipe out the whole coast of British Columbia in one accident. This really is a kind of a defining moment in the relationship between British Columbia and Canada. It is going to define this relationship. If they push this project as though they appear to be doing, then there will be problems in British Columbia. It won't be a pretty sight. British Columbians aren't going to allow it. First Nations aren't going to allow it. And it's not needed. There's no reason to do it. North America has a deficit of oil. We have absolutely no reason to export oil. One spill, one tanker, within the heart of the Great Bear Rainforest means all that we've talked about, all that we've done in the last couple of decades is over. The culture, the language, our food, everything that we do depends on our environment. When I get in a boat in Kitimat, when I go down Douglas Channel and I pass gray whales and fin whales and humpback whales and killer whales, I see sea lions and eagles and porpoises, and stop off on Princess Royal and visit some of the spirit bears, or down in the inside and grizzly bears. There's nothing like it. There's just nowhere in the world that you can see all of these things in one place.